automatically they'll get their visas. Please, we beg you, this new chip embedded passports, you and your men of God.
And for you and I can attest to the fact, say a year Ghana has a passport a usual any a green book ekutami. And Chebia under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, men can say a year minister or down I friend a year honorable someone Okudzeto Ablakwa de betu himself or the passport myself say a passport in the moon and some kaka because of who say one so people so call a passport kwan a nipa ne bɛfa so no ane sika obetwia no enya asɛmpeto even watwa o sika mpo no obɛbrɛ ansa na wɔn nsa aka passport enti sɛ de bɛyɛ a wobɛnya passport bɛyɛ easy nti no pɛsɛ ɛyɛ bibia electronic sɛ de bɛyɛ a Ghana for pɛsɛ wɔn nsa ka wɔn passport dom de di wɔn dwuma no ɛbɛyɛ easy ɛde ama wɔn enti wɔ introduce ɛyɛ chip embedded passport a wɔkyerɛ sɛ bɛboa Ghana for in acquiring ɛyɛ passport ɛyi so ɛwɔ Ghana ha sei no adafo no na nam so a eno a omo lanche eye chip embedded passport yi na all lanche mu no ode tu ga say passport yi enam say eye electronic chip electronic na de bedi dwumanti no ba sire say there are some do's and don'ts be our passport no ba sire say Ghana for hwe na nkomu ndi so emfama eye Ministry of Foreign Affairs because o say na ebe ha omo yi pa enti in order so omo say no na say won saka wo dia won say sa passport no enu nti no de san sem we etuja na o say gina so ebo eye Ghana asofo kokose na say o de nsem bi to manim say oba sire wo mo say passport we nko ade me entwiti say de etwiti sa passport we say no de enti a wo kasa ene say de enti no embra
Rural Ghana or parts of Accra where you are not sure about your address, you are allowed to indicate that you want the passport to be delivered to you at the nearest Ghana Post Office. Ghana Post has more than 350 offices across the country. So if you have an issue with the address and you are not sure that your address can be helpful, just indicate that you want your passport delivered to you at the nearest Ghana Post Office, and you can go, just walk to the post office and pick it up. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have not left out Ghanaians living abroad. Ghanaians living abroad are equally entitled to all of these reforms, and they are going to benefit fully. We have already done simulation with our 71 diplomatic missions across the world, and where we don't have diplomatic missions, arrangements have been made where they will be covered. So Ghanaians living abroad, from today when you apply, you will also benefit from these reforms. And we are making sure that through very strategic arrangements, the passports are shipped over in good time. So all of these timelines we have set, it also affects Ghanaians living abroad. Now this is the portal to use for your applications, www.passport.mfa.gov.gh. So the passport application process begins online. You just log into www.passport.mfa.gov.gh and the process begins. You can do everything online, make your payment online, indicate where you want the passport to be delivered online, and you will receive it. This new passport contains a biographical data page composed of layers of polymer compressed into a solid substrate that must not be bent or kept in the pocket, especially your back pocket. Don't be sitting on this passport. And it's important that we really handle this value document with care. It must also be protected from heat and all forms of liquid. We appeal to you. And recently I was really alarmed and outraged when I saw on some channel people sending their passports for anointing oil for men of God to pray. So when they go for their visa interviews, automatically they'll get their visas. Please, we beg you, these new chip embedded passports, you and your men of God, please, they can anoint other parts of your body, but please leave out the passports because it will compromise the security features. And and it will work. And let me commend Reverend Lawrence Tete. Reverend Lawrence Tete has spoken on behalf of all the men of God that they agree with us. So no more anointing oil on the passports. Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Lawrence Tete. Then do not also store other cards with chip embedded in them inside the passport, as it may interfere with the encoded information, the RFID inside the passport. Then do not attempt to split the biographical data page. This will permanently damage the passport. And please report any accidental damage to the issuing authority and do not attempt to fix it yourself. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have also created a hotline which I will be monitoring myself. All the calls will be recorded. I've instructed the passport director to make sure all calls are recorded for periodic review. If any of our officials speaks to you rudely or is not polite, just let us know. And when we conduct the review, we will know. And that will attract sanctions. We have to treat everybody with respect. So take note of the 24-hour service line. It's 0302 275 4200. So 0302 275 4200. Friends of the media, please help us publicize this number so that we can get regular feedback from the general public. Esteemed guests, excellencies, we are ready and we are here to serve you with respect and integrity. Before I take my seat, let me quickly indicate that the passports come in 3 forms. As you can see, they come in 3 forms. So the red one is the diplomatic passport. As you know, that is a very rare privilege given to a few category of Ghanaians. And when you read the NLC Decree 155, you see the specialized category of Ghanaians. So today, I think those of us here, only a few, led by the Chief of Staff, the Honorable Chief of Staff, who received the Red Book. He more than qualifies for the Red Book. So that is the diplomatic passport. And as you know, we have streamlined the issuance of diplomatic passports, fully compliant with NLCD 155. There are no abuses. So if you are here thinking that because it's a special day, you may get a Red Book, please. If you are not qualified, you are not qualified. We are strictly complying. Then we have the green book, the dark green book. That is the service passport. That is the second layer. Service passports for normally public servants, chief directors, no, pardon me, I mixed it up. The dark blue is the service passport. That's the service passport. Thank you, Chief Director. That is for the public servants, chief director, directors, heads of state institutions. There is an agreed protocol of those who qualify. So that is the second tier. And then we have the famous dark green book, which is for all of us. All of us. These are for the masses. What matters, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what matters is that the features are the same. The security features are the same. We are not saying that if you hold a diplomatic passport, you have some higher feature. No. It's all the same standard, same quality. And so it is as good as the few elites who will have the diplomatic passport. We want to emphasize that. And I'm happy to say that today we'll have the mass rollout and everybody here will get their copies.
Abokasa wie na chese chief of staff also so the bigger camera. Na chief of staff also sama wo kan say arofo aya wo bi aya appoint no into any position e wo Ghana ha say wo ya ba adwuma say wo ye dey ya appoint wo ye civil servant nko de wo ka civil dia cho say sometimes you use and I say yeah juma you use your common sense mentimemboa emma adwuma na ye ye entimi drum pempen so foforo and asem pempen so a eye be boa yen na boa yen puntu e wo Ghana ha say.
The second thing I want to talk about has to do with being very innovative. And I felt so happy when they said they formed a collaboration between the Passport Office, Ghana Post, and a few other institutions. I don't think it's been written in any manual or book that form a partnership with them so that passports could be delivered to applicants right in the comfort of their home. And I thought we should acknowledge that. The last thing that I want to talk about is all my colleagues that have been privileged to serve at various institutions. We should always let common sense prevail. Be very practicable, be very innovative. That is what brings progress to governance. On that note, I duly launched the embedded passport today. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And for Milimsa Sama, a Minister of Foreign Affairs, I did to the Honorable Sama Okudzeto Ablakwa, I did to Ghana. Milimsa Ghana so for baby so I made me aware pass on baby. Say no, yes, some will be on fire 19 oil. Emfa passport in a home. Now, say one so our person to quite for a boot, you person call Canada, person call US. You must see there was a chip on a shemono, you say, and young one age ya. It is all come out for the uncle no so or bumpire young punch, it was so among the 2 quaya. One way our vessel the Ubenya, but who drew airport to war or passport won't be very so and friend to Quanacha said, Yaman sent the near Yama or no, as to be a man for so. In order, sir. Yaman sent the no by Yaman so bad bound fast one. A catcher also for the same or bumpire or say, I don't know you one for whom, yeah, would one for whom a passport in a dear. Yes, I'm friend one when me and friend noon swim now and say. And about this is the gospel according to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Say if I'm too many names, so when I passport, you must say and if I faso and found no one. Check out in the comment section, my Macau. The message share in the next video.